Did you know that in the practice arena in Marvel Rivals, you can find a very well hidden tiny Squirrel Girl plushie? For those of you who have been hit by a cross-map acorn from Squirrel Girl before, and let's face it, if you've played Marvel Rivals you probably have, then you'll be pleased to know that you can shoot the plushie and send it into the abyss below. Hello and welcome to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of the latest and not so latest Easter eggs found in video games. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg secret or hidden detail that I'm yet to cover, then let me know in the comments, and don't forget to use code CAP to get 10% off your gamer subs using the link in the description. It supports the channel and you actually get something in return. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Now, in my Borderlands 4 Easter eggs video I uploaded a couple of weeks ago, I said that there weren't as many references found in the legendary weapon descriptions when compared to Borderlands 3. With legendaries much harder to come by, I haven't noticed as many references in the weapon descriptions this time around. See, I did say that. Well, I have found one more. The Golden God shotgun, which I got from farming one of the most annoying bosses in the game, Isolator Soul, is actually a pretty decent weapon. Though I did spend well over 3 hours farming Soul before he dropped the damn thing, so whether that's worth it or not is entirely up to you. Now, the Golden God has a description that reads, "I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds," which is a reference to this scene from the TV show Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
The Golden God! I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
The other Easter egg that I found in Borderlands 4 is an Easter egg that just refuses to go away. At this location on the map, you can find this. So it's the all too familiar sight of a sword in a bonfire, which for the two of you that don't know, one of which I'm assuming is my mum and the other I'm assuming is your mum, is a reference to Dark Souls. Now, despite being a game about running a tavern with the help of a bunch of fairies, you can take a break from serving beers and cleaning toilets and explore the surrounding area in Tavern Manager Simulator, which is nice. It's in this idyllic country setting that we have found Shrek's house and even a Naruto reference. Well, I've got another Easter egg to add to that list. Not far from the tavern, you can find this. So stuck in the tree is the Master Sword from The Legend of Zelda. Unfortunately, you can't pick the sword up because it would be really handy when dealing with some of the more annoying tavern customers. Now, in the past couple of episodes of this series, we found quite a few Easter eggs in early access shooter Brutal John 2, which, just to remind you all again, is the first game in the Brutal John series. Well, because the game is in early access, that means new levels, and more importantly, new Easter eggs are being added all the time. And the first of today's Easter eggs is a Boomer Shooter Badge of Honor. During level 12, you can find this. So buried underneath the rubble is the familiar sight of Lara Croft. Now, the reason I call this Easter egg a Boomer Shooter Badge of Honor is because so many Boomer Shooters have killed Lara off, like Blood What Lies Beneath, for example. I mean, even if the game doesn't kill Lara, that doesn't mean she's safe. In Duke Nukem Time to Kill, if you find Lara's clothes, Duke says this.
"You skanky outfit."
I mean, I'm not sure what everyone has against Miss Croft, and personally, I'd love to see her fire back. Just once. The other Brutal John 2 Easter egg can actually be found in the same level. When exploring the tunnels, you can find this. So I'm pretty certain that this particular miner is a reference to Minecraft. Just for comparison, this is how the other miners in the same level look. So this miner, with its awkward swinging animation and pixelated look, is definitely a reference to Minecraft. Now, the Talos Principle games have always had some really cool Easter eggs. I mean, who could forget the awesome crab rave found in the Talos Principle 2? Well, this year, Crow Team released the Talos Principle Reawakened, which is a remaster of the first game, and then some. Of course, Reawakened features the base game and its DLC, but it also comes with a brand new chapter called In the Beginning, which acts as a prologue to the main game. Well, new levels means new Easter eggs, and one of these Easter eggs is really cool. Well, it is to me anyway. First up, during test level 3, you can find this. So on the beach, you can find the homes of SpongeBob, Squidward and Patrick, which is pretty cool, but not really cool. What's really cool can be found in test level 2. So before I explain the significance of this door, do any of you recognise it? Well, this door is Boo's door from Monsters Inc. And as someone who loved the original Monsters Inc., I think this is awesome. Hopefully I'm not alone, but give me 100 more Pixar Easter eggs in games over a Dark Souls bonfire any day of the week. Now, Dying Like the Beast is a serious contender for my personal game of the year. So I was secretly hoping that I'd miss some things from my Dying Light video just so I had an excuse to keep playing it. And well, here we are. Now in that video, I shared that Crane was wearing this bracelet, which is actually Jade's necklace from Dying Light 1. Well, that's not the only Jade tribute that Crane can be seen wearing. If you equip the Merc shooting arm guard and then enter photo mode, you can see that Jade's name is engraved onto the guard, which is a nice touch. Here's the thing, and bear with me as it's been a while, but I cannot remember Jade and Crane actually getting close enough romantically to warrant Crane's obsession with her. I mean, it has been a long time since I played the first Dying Light, so perhaps I'm forgetting something. Anyway, next up at this location on the map, you can find this. So we can find a raft, a tent, and a football. Now, whilst not quite as obvious as some other times this particular movie has been referenced, this is a nod to Castaway, which featured Wilson the volleyball and a sort of similar raft. Oh, and I also found this zombie here, and at first I thought that it was part of the Easter egg. I mean, I got close to it and nothing happened, until it did. So this zombie must have been a really deep sleeper or something, because it stayed perfectly still until it felt like the right moment to strike. And I'm not gonna lie, it did make me jump. Now, there are a lot of cool and unique weapons in the Beast, but regardless of how unique they are, they do make sense. A sword that needs to be pulled from a stone is still a sword after all, so it's going to hurt whatever you hit with it. Well, at this location on the map, you can find a weapon that I'm not sure will be very useful. So hanging on the wall is the legendary Eagle tennis racket, and despite my doubts, it does handle zombies surprisingly well. Now, tennis fans will already know who this is a reference to, but for the rest of us, this racket is a nod to Polish tennis player Iga Świątek. Of course, the Dying Light developers are Polish, and to be honest, I think it's quite wholesome how many Polish references there are in Dying Like the Beast. Now, this next The Beast Easter egg is one that I haven't seen a lot of people mention. At this location on the map, you can find a locked garage. Exploring the nearby house, you can find a note that explains the garage needs power to open, and the generator can be found in the shed. So pull off the vent and grab the loot before connecting the cable to the garage. So inside, you can find a bike, and no, you can't ride it, which is kind of surprising as you can ride a combine harvester. Anyway, at the back of the room you can find the Statement legendary shotgun, which looks pretty damn cool. In the same room we can find a note that speaks of a big ass guy decked in leather that barged in with a kid and then demanded the man's motorcycle. In return for the man's bike, the big leather clad guy left his old busted bike, which is this one, and his shotgun, which is this. Oh, and the note also mentions that the man had an Austrian accent. So I'm guessing you guys understood the reference already, but if you didn't, this is a reference to the Terminator and its Austrian leading man, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. Remember to use my link in the description or in my pinned comment to get your gamer subs. If you're a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in video games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. YouTube seems to think that you'll enjoy the video on screen, so go ahead and check that out. And as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.